Hi, hello viewers, your professor here. Today I'm going to talk about gold. Gold is something we all Indians are fascinated about. It has an important or significant role in our culture also. In fact, we have dedicated an entire day for it. We call it Akshaya Tritiya. But most investors do not consider gold as an investment simply because of the charges they pay and taxes on it. And even when you sell physical gold, you won't be getting as much returns. Now, and simple solution for all these problems, sovereign gold bond. Now, what is sovereign gold bond and why is it called so? Now, what is a bond? Well, bond is a fixed income instrument or fixed income security. And this particular bond is denominated to gold. That is, 1 unit of sovereign gold bond is equivalent to 1 gram of gold. That is nothing but you buying 1 unit of SGB sovereign gold bond will be a substitute for you buying 1 gram of gold. Now you got why it is called as gold bond. Now where this sovereign comes from? For every bond there is a issuer. That is nothing but the issuer is the borrower here, and for every the issuer here is sovereign. Sovereign is nothing but the ruler. That is government of India. In this case, government of India is issuing gold bonds here. So is it safe? Yes, it's 100% safe because it's government of India who's issuing this bond, and there is no doubt of default here. Now how much can you buy? Retail investors like you and me can invest in this by buying 1 gram of gold or nothing but 1 unit of sovereign gold bond, and can go all the way up to 4 kgs per financial year. 4 kgs. And whereas in case of institutions and charitable trusts, they can go up to 20 kgs per year. Now, is it better than physical gold? Let's see. There is no doubt about purity of gold here, unlike jewelries and coins which you buy, because all you'll be getting here is a certificate, or the SGB sovereign gold bond will be credited to your demat account, and the bond you hold will be denominated to gold. So the price of the bond, whether it's the price you pay at the beginning, or as well as the maturity price you'll be getting, will be decided by IBJA. That is nothing but India Bullion and Jewelers Association. They will average out the previous 3 days trading price of the gold, and they'll issue the face value of that bond. And there are no extra charges like GST, 3% GST which you pay, and wastage for physical gold. Instead, RBI will be giving you 2.5% interest on the nominal amount, which is fixed for 8 years. The 2.5% which you'll be getting is fixed for 8 years, and this interest also comes with sovereign guarantee. That is nothing but government of India guarantees you this interest. Now, second point is there is no wastage or 3% GST which you pay for physical gold. Instead, here RBI will pay you 2.5% interest per annum, no matter what happens to the gold price. This is not capital appreciation we're talking about. This is just the interest which you'll be getting for the bond, from the bond. To explain it, say the nominal price or the amount which you pay to get for purchasing this bond will be 5,000 rupees. Now you'll be getting 2.5% interest on this 5,000 rupees, which will be 125 rupees. That is fixed that is fixed until you hold the bond, no matter what happens to the gold rate. Come what may, you'll be getting 2.5% interest annually. Now this is very much close to SBI's savings account interest. Now how this interest will be credited to you? It will be directly credited by RBI to your bank account semi-annually. That is 6 months once you'll be getting this. Now the next question you ask is the interest taxable? Yes, it is taxable, but not like FD, where the tax will be deducted at source. Here the amount will be given to you, the interest amount will be given to you. Later you have to pay tax according to your tax bracket. But the biggest advantage here is there is no capital gains tax on this. If you hold till maturity, that is 8 years, but you can exit after 5 years from this bond, then the capital gains tax will be laid on you. And the bond is tradable at NEC after that is allotted to you, and you can use it as a collateral to get gold loans. So now my opinion on this is it is an hybrid instrument. It is a combination of gold and ETF, and even more when it comes to tax exempt and all. It acts like a PPF. When you buy gold jewelries, you will be in a loss of nearly 20%, as you'll be paying so many charges like wastage, making charges, and 3% GST, and add on to it you'll be paying for the weight of the stones which you will be buying with the jewelries. Also, the stones add up to the overall weight of the jewel, and you'll end up by paying the same amount you pay for the stones. I mean, sorry, you end up by paying the same amount you pay for the gold for the stones also, and etc etc charges. But these charges won't be there in sovereign gold bond. Now, another major doubt is what will happen to gold. In the past 5 years, the gold has nearly doubled itself. So by on the basis of past performance, we can say that for the next 8 years it will be a good performer as well. Now the final issue for this fiscal year will be starting from August 31st and it ends on 4th of September. So this is the final series of this financial year, and this is a very good scheme for those who need to diversify their portfolio. Retail investors like you and me cannot buy bank bonds because they'll be the face value of the bonds or the minimum investment there will be in lakhs. But that's not the case with sovereign gold bond. You can buy from as low as 1 unit or 1 gram, which will be priced somewhere around 5,000 to 5,200 per unit. And another important point here is, if you buy sovereign gold bond online instead of offline mode, you'll be getting an extra discount of 50 rupees per gram or per unit. So happy investing, and if you like this video, do hit the like button, and I so know that you want to be financially strong and independent, so do subscribe to this channel as I'll be uploading more videos to help you out. Thank you.